Okay, class 10 students, today we can study about electric motor. Electric motor, basic principle we should understand, and also this is an important topic to understand. Maybe sometimes not coming in the exam, sir, but always very crucial to understand electric motor. When we talk about electric motor, actually this is DC electric motor. What is this DC electric motor? What is electric motor? What is its principle, construction, its uses, and those things we have to understand. So, electric motor is a device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. So it converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. In fan, air conditioner, cooler, everywhere there is electric motor. Grinder, washing machine, maybe toy car, or maybe electric engine, railway engine, whatever. These days, electric scooter and also e-rickshaws were coming, all runs with the help of electric motor. So what is the principle of electric motor? Principle of electric motor is that when a current carrying conductor is placed in magnetic field, it experiences a force. It experiences a force. So it experiences a force. So that force is used to rotate to produce mechanical energy. And the force is given by the formula F is equal to BIL sin theta. Force is given by this formula. F is equal to BIL sin theta. So this principle is used by electric motor. Now we can talk about construction of electric motor. Construction, in which we should first understand diagram. Electric motor consists of a strong horseshoe magnet strong horseshoe magnet, in between the poles of which what happens, a rectangular coil is placed. In between the poles of which a rectangular coil is placed. Actually, this rectangular coil, in which soft iron core could be also there, it is made of insulated copper wires. It will rotate about any imaginary axis. Now this end of this coil is actually connected with a split ring which is splitted two parts, and a carbon brushes. So this is carbon brushes B1 and B2. This is split ring commutator. One thing is there, it is connected, the ends of carbon brushes is connected to a battery terminals. Actually, this battery terminals supplies heat, supplies electrical energy or electricity. So as soon as the current is on, what happens? Switch is on, current will flow, and through carbon process, through a split ring commutator, it will go to coils. So this is in the coil, maybe anti-clockwise, clockwise current flows here. So the current when flows in the magnetic field, then maybe two sides, AB side and CD side. These two sides will experience a force that will constitute a couple and that will rotate the coil. How it will rotate the coil? Let us check the direction of force on side AB. Using Fleming's left-hand rule, if we are using Fleming's left-hand rule, we know that index finger north to south, direction of magnetic field, and the current middle finger, and then thumb downward. So a downward force is experienced by the side AB. Similarly, we apply Fleming's left-hand rule to decide the direction of force on CD side. So what happens on CD side? You can see thumb points out in upward direction. So magnetic field north to south, current and upward direction. These two forces, equal and opposite, rotates the coil. Two forces, equal and opposite, rotates the coil. So here a split ring commutator. Strong horseshoe magnet. Strong horseshoe magnet. Rectangular coil. These are carbon brushes. split ring commutator, the role of carbon brushes, the role of strong magnetic field, these are all important to understand. So why carbon brushes? Carbon brushes makes the contact between the battery terminals and the ends of the coil through split ring commutator. And now use of split ring commutator. Use of split ring commutator is actually to reverse the direction of current so that the coil will rotate every time having same sense of rotation. Let us consider here what will be the direction of coil. Here the current in the coil is clockwise, and we see that this coil will rotate. This is upward force and this is downward force. So coil will rotate in anti-clockwise direction. So there will be anti-clockwise revolution of the coil. So we can write working here. You see, when current passes through the coil, then side AB according to Fleming's left-hand rule will experience a downward force and side CD will experience an upward force. So this is upward force acting on side CD, and this is downward force acting on side AB of the coil. Due to these two forces, torque is generated. Torque is generated, which is used to rotate the coil, the rectangular coil, in anti-clockwise direction. In anti-clockwise direction. So clockwise movement gives anti-clockwise direction of the rotation of the rectangular coil. That means clockwise current gives anti-clockwise movement. You should remember this fact. Now here the role of split ring commutator. The role of split ring commutator is to reverse the direction of current. To reverse the direction of current after half revolution. After half revolution. Let's say this is the A, B, C, D here, and there is anticlockwise revolution of the coil. Now, after half revolution, this AB side will come this side and CD will come this side. So CD side will come this side and this side will be AB. Now current here is flowing A to B, but what will be direction of current? Direction of current will be now from B to A. Just see the difference. Here from A to B, here B to A. So what will happen? The same sense of rotation will be maintained. That is after half revolution. Same sense of rotation is maintained. So that is the role of we can say a split ring commutator. Question being asked that what is the role of split ring commutator in DC electric motor? In DC electric motor, the role of a splitting commutator is to reverse the direction of current. So that is overall the working of a DC motor. Now some of the uses of DC motor. In the construction part, you can write an insulated copper rectangular coil is taken, the ends of which is connected to a split ring commutator and carbon buses with the help of terminals of the battery. And the ends of coil is connected to split ring commutator and carbon process. Carbon process keeps a good good path for transmission of current through the coil. Good way, good path. Current has to be transmitted. Split ring commutator carbon process helps to produce current in the coil, or we can say to make the current path. Now according to Fleming's Left-hand rule, we can decide the direction of forces, and that is here, due to these two forces, a couple will produce, and that will rotate the coil in anti-clockwise direction. Uses of the coil. Use of DC motor. There are many uses of DC motor. electric car, fan, etc. It is also used in toy car and electric engines. So okay, students, for today we can keep it. Okay.